Okay, we are live. I'm only about 30 seconds late, which is not bad. Hey, I'm in Miami. We're on Miami time is always late. So, yesterday, I got up at 5 a.m. to help my wife do something, and I go back to sleep. So, I fell asleep during the broadcast, and I was so tired. I didn't notice I didn't have any audio for a long time. Everything kept screwing up, and I just by the end of the thing, I just said I can't do this. So, fortunately, I recorded the whole thing yesterday. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go through the broadcast tape at three times the speed, 3 times speeds, a little bit faster than usual. And then I'll do audio commentary, which will replace whatever boo-boos I made yesterday. Hey, this is something. If you're young, you don't. There's no way for you to comprehend. Certain things are going to happen to you as you get older, and it's always unexpected. It's like I got up at 5 a.m. for 30 years. Now I got up at 5 a.m. yesterday after being off. Not active, really very active for 2 months since middle of March. And it just comes home to me that I got to get on the exercise bike for about an hour a day, every day. I can't say, oh, today I won't do it today. No. I have to get on the exercise bike. I'm not particularly interested in going off and walking all over the neighborhood because I'm in South Florida and I'm on the same latitude as Northern Africa. It's hot here, and I don't want to get the heat stroke. So I'd be in my nice air-conditioned Florida room with a really good exercise bike. It's not one of the top of the line electronic bells and whistles and everything. It's one of those things that can't break. It can't break because it doesn't have enough moving parts. I just put a couple of batteries in it occasionally, and it's just fine. It gives me more than enough resistance. For those of you who are looking at old age and saying, what am I going to do? That's what you do. You have to get some exercise all the time. Because there's certain, as you get older, sorry guys, you're not going, the stairway to heaven is not an upward stairway, it's a downward stairway. You're bouncing down the steps, and when you get to the bottom floor, you're in heaven. Oh, well. Anyway, here we are, Blue Boy Brown. I'm having more fun than people are allowed to have, because as I'm progressing with this, I'm getting my chops back in a deeper way than I ever had back in the 70s. In the 70s, it took me forever to get anything done. Now I can do a page in my sketchbook and get it up running in one day. If I'd had this kind of chops back in the 70s, I'd have produced an amazing amount of work. But I also couldn't write with the hoot back in the 70s. Now I have an idea how to craft a story, and it may have something to do with all the great teachers I had in writing and drama. I had a drama teacher in graduate school who was world class, founder of the Yale Poetry Review. He's major intellect, and so I'm standing on his shoulders. So let's look at this video that I made yesterday, which I don't have to worry about. Oh, come on, let's give me my where are you? There you are. There's the video. I'm going to enlarge it so it fills the screen, and then I'll go through it. I lopped off the first 20 minutes because nothing much happened. Then my Photoshop crashed. I had to get back to it. I keep telling myself I am getting an upgrade on my computer, and I will. But let's get finished with the pandemic, all that other stuff, and then I'll think seriously about it. So what I've got here is I have, I might as well start this. Start it. And then I go 5 times the speed. That's good. That means it'll be over in 15 minutes or something like that. Anyway, I reopened I reopened page 66 because what happened really was I got my scan. When I opened up, I got my recovered scan. I didn't get my recovered news, but everything was there. What I'd done is I'd put in the borders. You see all this white here? Those are my borders. I don't have to worry about that. That's a mask. It's not the kind of mask that Photoshop tells you need to make, but I make my own masks. And then I where right down here, where the mask covers a part of the drawing, I remove part of the mask with my eraser, and then I go into the levels area, and I make my pencil drawing into what essentially looks like an ink drawing, as if I had inked the drawing. And then I go and I clean up. This is just about cleanup right now. There's little artifacts here that I have to clean up. And so that's what I'm doing. Cleaning up. And there's little things I like. Sometimes I don't like them and everything like that. And the good thing about this is that I can draw over it with my nifty Wacom tablet. And then I noticed here that I had screwed up on my previous page the direction of that prong. So I have to fix that on the other pages. No big deal because it's only one frame that has it, so it's no big deal. I'll fix that before I publish. And so I'm just going over here, and I have to fill in some of the, like this light area that needs to be black. And I need to mess around a little bit with, this is Joby taking the pike pole out of poor old Clifford's back. Clifford really made a mistake when well, what the heck? What are you going to do? You can't say, hey, this guy wouldn't come after me with a pike pole. He did. Happens all the time, I suppose. Time to turn on the television anymore. You see somebody going after somebody with a pike pole. So I'm getting rid of also the borders. The borders, I pencil those in when I'm doing my original drawings, and then I don't always get rid of all of them, but all I have to do is just go in and erase them. Erase them or put white. Sometimes I just use white. That's what I'm doing here, I think. No, this time I'm using my. Okay, now I'm putting in white. Now I'm just drawing white over wherever I don't like something. Sometimes it's a little bit easier than using the Dodge tool, which is a tool mainly for messing around with photographs, digital photographs. But you can use it in, and it's usually black and white photographs that you're using it on. It creates artifacts when you do it with color photographs. So I don't use Lightroom that much, though I've got a license for it. I've got it. I can put it on my computer though. I'll do it when I get my refurbished iMac in the fall. Maybe I'll get one in the fall. I have to get on my hands and knees and beg my wife to let me get one. That's the way I get computers. Is I ask my wife, "It's okay, I get a computer, baby." And said, "Yeah, you give me a computer." So it helps when she's got a new iPad. Yeah, it helps you to say, "Hey, baby, you got a new iPad. I've had a new computer in 12 years. Come on." Anyway, I'm using her old Fire tablet, which is a really good little Fire tablet. That's what I use as my monitor for the Facebook broadcast, and I use my phone for the YouTube monitor. Wonderful little platforms, YouTube and Facebook sometimes. And so once I get all this done, I think at this point, let me see. Yeah, I'm going to fill in Blue Boy's hair using line 2. Yeah, I'm setting up the line section. I did that twice. I'm nuts. And then I'm setting up my shadows and my tone and all that other stuff. Save changes. No, I don't even mess with that. And over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my watercolor. This is what I did the day before. Real happy with this. Occasionally, you do something right. And so what I'm going to do is going to put a watercolor layer over this. Yeah. And then that enables me to have the illusion that I'm doing a watercolor painting. It's a nice illusion. They really did some great things with Photoshop over the years. Number one is that you can make it look like just about anything that traditional analog media gives you. Well, I just noticed that right here, I've got to stick in something here because it looks like his chest is protruding out like that. And even though he's got big old Arnold Schwarzenegger pectoral muscles, it's, don't want to make it too obvious. Recapping what the doctor says about Blue Boy being so big at the age of 12 is that all indications there is he does not have giantism. There's no big problem with his hormones and everything. He's just a big kid. He just is naturally going to be a big kid. It's like, basketball players are these days. You get a 6'8", 6'9", they're just a big person. And he doesn't have all of his extremities are normal. He doesn't have any cranial features of a person with giantism. My mother, when she was very young, she saw the Alton Giant. When I was a kid, I saw one of these guys who was like 7'4", and he had a giantism because you could tell he had feet like 18, size 18 or 22 or something like that, size shoes and everything like that. And he was very ungainly walk, very nice guy at a supermarket. Ralph Brown's in Springfield, Missouri. I remember very clearly watching this guy, and I didn't approach him or anything like that. I try not to be not to bother people like that. My mother saw the Alton Giant when she was a little girl. But Blue Boy doesn't have that condition. He's just a big kid. He would have been a basketball player in another world, another life. But he cut down trees. He became a lumberjack. Because Grandpa got the rheumatism, and he couldn't do it anymore. As you get older, that's the things that happen to you. Getting into your even your early 60s. Rheumatism gets to you. Your joints don't behave they're supposed to, where they're supposed to, and so you can't do hard manual labor anymore. So that's why Blue Boy is working since the age of 10 for about 2 years as a lumberjack, because he's 6 feet tall and he's 10 years old. So what the heck? Now he's really shooting up. And so there we go. So now we're going to play around a little bit more with the drawing on top in the line art. I should do it on the line 2 art, but it's okay. As long as I get something that eventually has a certain visual density to it, and I'll know that when I put in the color. Okay, I did put in the that little change to his chest so it doesn't look too much like he should be Mr. USA or Mr. Universe. He could have been used Mr. Universe, I suppose. He lifts enough logs to get him pumped up. So I keep on doing these little marks that mimic what an inker would do. Probably not in the category of a great inker like Sinat or Stan K or Ralph Cabrera or anything like that. But, I'm getting by. I'm a penciler and messing around with things best I can. And so he's breaking that pike pole. Now we're down here. And over there, old Leroy, he's been caught by the crew, and they're beating the living tar out of him. Beating just the daylights out of him. He's going to look real bad from now on. He's all going to be all puffy face. And yeah, I missed a little bit of that border, so I erased that. And then I'd have to draw in a little bit of that border. And there I got it. So now I go back and I'll lock that layer again, I believe. I should if I'm smart. Oh, I wasn't that smart. Okay, so I wasn't smart. Nothing new about that. Okay. So if you're watching, you can hear me. You should be able to hear me today because I did check my audio, and I do have audio. There were like 7 comments on there that I didn't notice. I had my banner up. And so I didn't notice the comments that are saying, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Oh, well. You can, if you love what I'm doing, think about helping me on Patreon, making so that the expenses, and I decided I didn't like the idea of a just a silhouette over there, so I got rid of that. I'll fix that later on. Anyway. And I went back into this a little bit last night after I regained my composure and my stamina, and played around with it a little bit. It'll look better eventually. See how much more I got to go on this. Okay, this is 2 hours. I'm an hour, and okay, 20 minutes will be finished. And then I'll go in and I've got this partially colored. Got a good deal done on it. And then I'll just go in and finish it up. Add the shadows. I pretty much got a routine going. I'm kind of sloppy yesterday morning because I was wiped out. I'll tell you. I am not the 20-year-old Dave Taylor that all the Everman guys used to marvel at how I'd stay up for 3 days working on comics and barely take a break. And I can't do that anymore. I lose an hour of sleep and I'm wiped out. Keep going back to that. It's always good to look at the previous page that you just colored and embellished, so that you get a sense of continuity between the 2 pages. And this isn't the correct one. This is not the last, the one that I actually did, that I finished up with, because it doesn't have the shadows in it. I didn't realize that at the time, because I didn't realize I didn't have audio, and I fell asleep in the middle of this. And at some certain point here, fortunately, it's like any other time you fall asleep and you don't want to fall asleep. Is like after a few seconds you realize you're asleep and you go, "Ah!" And so I woke up and resumed and laughed my tail off. What can you do? You know, in the end, I am hoping that the end results of this comic book is a piece of a really fine piece of fiction, and the cartooning is good, and all the coloring makes sense, and I get a trilogy of trilogies that you know, people will enjoy, and it continues my thoughts as an artist. I tell my students all the time, anytime you look at an artist, a writer, anytime a person is creating a fictional narrative, they're telling you that the world is similar to this, if unless they're writing like detective fiction, if they're writing like um, Parker or something like that. I love those Parker novels. But the world isn't like that. Yes, there are people in the world like Parker. There are. That doesn't mean the world's like that. It means that there are people in the world like that. But the world is not like that. The world is, people are actually a lot finer than that. It's unfortunately that we have people like uh, Parker in there, or who are on a very, very small level, very much like um, Fidel Castro or Mao Zedong or Stalin or Lenin, who basically said, anything I want to do, as long as I can get away with it, I'll do it. But that's the basically the definition of a psychopath. So Parker's a psychopath. He's not a good person. He's a horrible person. But it's a great novel series. Donald, what the heck? I've got the books around here somewhere. Donald Westlake. Donald Westlake, and writing is Richard something or other. I've forgotten. I've got a few of his books around here. I got a lot of them on Kindle. Fortunately, you can buy. They're not usually something I want to like have in my collection, forever, ever. So I usually get them as Kindle books, and you can borrow them from archive.org. Read them for a couple of weeks. It's a great thing to read right before you go to bed. And but an artist is always telling you, is basically telling you the world, if they're creating real credible fiction, not, some kind of spy novel or something like that. They're creating literary fiction. They're basically telling you what they see the world as. And I see the world as something very much like you'll see in this series of books. This is sort of my worldview. As I develop it, it gets closer to my worldview. But I also see the world as a messed up place, which doesn't have to be messed up. Does not have to be messed up, though you can't fix it. That's the weird part of the world. You can't fix the world. You can fix what you come into contact with. You can make a difference in the lives of children and people who are in need, or just be a friend or something like that. Each of us has a limited experience. But once we try to change the whole world, we're usually going to screw up, because there's just too many variables and too many people that you're trying to affect, and you have to get them all on board, and it's real difficult. Even Mother Teresa said, I'm not doing this to be successful. I'm doing this because I saw something and I had to respond to it. And I'm not trying to be successful. I'm trying to be faithful to what I saw. And now I have to do it. I can't turn away from it. And so it's not about being successful. It's about being faithful to your vision of how the world needs you. And that's what I really want this series here. Now I think something squirrely happened. And so I need to get it now at times 10. Yeah, then something has squirrely happened. There we go. Here I am at, now I don't want it to be at 30 or 60 times. Okay, now well, 5 times. Okay. Something squirrely happened. I don't know. Maybe it was when I fell asleep. I know something squirrely. Yeah, maybe it was when I fell asleep. I was like, I wasn't doing anything. I don't know. Oh, well. This is what it's like to be old. And I'm not even that old yet. I'm only 67, which these days people don't think 67 is that horribly old. Though when I was 20 years old, I thought 67 was like, man, how do you guys get around? It's not so bad. You just have to make allowances for your limitations. But you know more about life when you're 67. Boy, when I was 20, I knew nothing. Absolutely nothing. Oh, here. Let me get that out of the way. That's me. So you see the colors are kind of muted. And it's because I'll take a color like a blue and I'll add some variation, a tint of orange to it. And that neutralizes it somewhat, doesn't make it so bright, yet it is still a color and it operates like a color. And so by doing that, you can create focal areas by creating high contrast areas or an area that has super pure color, just boom, fully saturated, and the eye will be directed to that. So that's what I'm trying to do by not making the colors too candy colored. I want to make them much more like what you'd see in traditional classical painting. Sooner or later, I'm going to figure out this is the wrong version. I'm going to wise up. I'm going to say, wait a second, that's not right. Anyway, I use chromatic neutrals for all my shadows because if you use, at one point I was using, and I'm going to have to go back and fix all those. I already fixed page 56, which was an example of that. I was using the burn tool, which is used in black and white photography to darken colors, but it does not work well on things in the blue range. It sort of works kind of okay in the things in the red range, but it adds black to a color, and that dulls color. It doesn't make colors more vibrant. So I make my shadows out of chromatic neutrals now, which I think I actually sort of demonstrate somewhere. I did that maybe the day before yesterday, when I was doing the page 65. Yeah, I was doing page 65, so I did that. Or how far are we along? Oh, we're almost finished with this. Dang, that's going long. Nothing like going at 5 times the speed. So I'm going to finish this in a few seconds, and then we're going to go into real time. We got about, if it's 5, maybe a minute left. Yeah, so that's where I am right the end of the day when I was saying, I can't take this anymore. I'm wiped out. So I'm halfway there. So all I like to do is put in the skin tones and costume colors and start modulating the what the ground looks like, and so things aren't just flat. That won't take long. Now, where am I? 206. I got about very little time to go. There's my ugly face. That's me going, I'm so tired. Okay, I can stop it now. Yeah, I'm going to stop it now because then I don't need you to feel sorry for me. Okay, finish that. Okay, get rid of that. Oh, this is where I am. Okay, so this is me live. So I should open up. No, I don't want to do that with that. I want to open up with. Do I have page 66? No, 65. 65 copy JPEG. Let me see if that's what I wanted. 65 copy JPEG. Well, it's only like 6 megabytes or something like that. It's not like huge. That it? Oh, I see. Initializing type tool. What's the type tool got to do with it? This is on another screen. You can't see it. Another screen says it's initializing the type tool. Well, why would I want the type tool? I never use type in Photoshop. Try not to. I always do that in Illustrator. I've seen some people actually get prepared for print in Photoshop by turning all their lettering into vector images, but that seems like to be a real pain. When I think Illustrator, if I'm not wrong, Illustrator, you export as a PDF, there's a function in there that turns it into ready for printing. And what's going on here? I'm not getting much out of you guys, am I? Oh, I'm getting can I cancel that? Hold on a second. Now it's back to, okay. That's not the one I wanted. You dinglings. Okay. Let me see if preview will show me where this is. Open recent. I don't want page 66 TIFF. No. I want. I want in ready for color. Page 65 as a well, let's try this. I'm always doing this. It's like I'm going back to being a beginner at this constantly. Okay, page 65. I'll do this. P065 web. Okay. H065 web. See if there's anything comes up there. How about just page 065? Come on, guys. How about Okay, there you go. Oh, this is Webby. Okay, Webby would be what I would want. That's in Photoshop? Oh, goody. I think that's what I want. Okay. Yes, I did that. Okay, this should be what I actually. That's not it either. This is the piece of junk that I did. Okay. Okay, open it up again. Bear with me because I need this to reference colors that I. Oh, this is the recovered one. Okay, I'll just open up this. People are going to get tired of me. Well, did I tell you to open up? Okay, let me see. Here's the dang thing. And I could send this as a Bluetooth. Come on. Bluetooth. Turning on Bluetooth, sending it to Mac Pro. Okay. Is it working? Huh. It either works or it doesn't work. What the heck? Reading this massive TIFF file real slowly. I wonder why it's so slow. Maybe if I turn off. I think I did kill. Yeah, I did do away with. Well, number 2. Welcome. I'm going to get this done sooner or later. I'm determined. It's only 10:30. I got a couple hours to finish this. I'm going to finish it. There's the real one. That's the one I looked at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate it. Look at that one. Yeah, did I? Okay, I duplicated that and don't mess with this. And then I'm going to flatten that sucker. And then I'm going to save it as just a JPEG. Going to lower its size. Instead of being 70 megabytes, it'll only be about 5 or 6. Okay, so this is what I came up with yesterday, the day before, which I liked a whole lot. Just loved it. So that's one of the things I'm looking at today. So, okay, now let's see if I can actually do something today. Just 4 people. Okay. Use my hand because it's the easiest way to do this. And now I need to cooperate with me, hand. Hey, hand. Hand. Oh, hand. Hand. Hey, hand. There. You're supposed to help me. So you have to use the trackpad, huh? Okay. So, back to here and get me some. Yeah, this is the skin color I was using over there. Is that what I got? You guys are getting really stupid. Okay, then we'll go up here and I'll produce some skin color myself. Take that and stick it in your pipe and smoke it. Okay, now you're going to give me the cursor for the brush? Or are you going to just... this is what I need to do. I need to save this thing. These things are usually telling you, when they slow down like this, they're telling you, save me, please, save me. They're telling me you're already saved. Then give me my brush. There. Okay. Now make the brush work. What if the brush worked? That would be nice. Okay, now I'll save it. Sometimes when you do this, and that usually means that you have an old computer. Basic 50. Okay. Don't want a basic 50. A much smaller brush than that. This will do. What is it that usually causes the Photoshop to begin to fear you? There, I got Photoshop to fear me. So you're going to modify my toolbox. Anything but that. Okay, now I'm going to put in skin color, which I'll modify later. Okay, and I'll do it down here. If you let me, you guys gonna let me? How about I save? Huh. Now it doesn't want you to let me save. Huh. Isn't that weird? Okay. Went at the toolbar. What hurt you? See? It'll let you do little dots. Won't let you do that. You gonna let me save? Not gonna let me save. Huh. Huh. Maybe if I change brushes. If I made, I don't want alcohol. How about basic 80? It's not working either. Select. Nope, it's not selected. How about deselect layers? Select layer again. And I'm going to save this as something. I'm going to save it on the desktop because for some reason I'm getting a lot of blowback from I only have Chrome and Photoshop and Preview open. It's not like I have massive numbers of I'm going to close this, but I'm going to save it first because it allows you to save before you do it. Then I'm going to open the sucker up again and see what it does. This doesn't happen to some of the big boys. It only happens to me. Everything will change when I get my new iMac. Okay, now I'm back. Let's see if opening this up helps. Are you still messing with me? Or do I have to close Photoshop? It almost looks like that I have to close Photoshop and then open it up again. Yep. Okay, stop. You have dreams and you're driving a car and the car doesn't stop because the laws of physics don't apply in dreams. That's what it's like there. Here, that's what I'm experiencing here. Okay. Yeah. Well, okay, you work. Let me just reduce the size of that brush. Now you're starting to work. Well, you were starting to work. Okay, let's not let up on the brush until I get that whole area colored. What a pain in the butt. Now, give Joby some color. You're doing the same thing to me now. Okay, I'm gonna reboot Photoshop. I'm not gonna put up with this junk forever. I'm just gonna reboot Photoshop. Have it reset on me. In the meantime, see, isn't that a nice page? That's a nice page. Yeah, not every page is like something you'd want to go, call up grandma and say, "Hey, grandma, look what I did." But some of them do work. Now we quit Photoshop. And I'm going to quit Preview because, it doesn't mean any good either. And then I'm going to open up. I told you to stop that. Okay, force quit Photoshop. If you force quit, that means all your shenanigans have to go away. Now I'm going to open you again. It'll take a few seconds. I'm going to go take a pit stop. I'll be back in a second. Now let's open it up. Let's see if it's going to behave. Hard to believe things. Why don't you behave? Why don't you behave? After all the things you told me and the promises you gave, why can't you behave? Why can't you be good and do just what you should? Well, let's open it up now so I can stop singing. Okay, share this again. Come on. Okay, this puppy's open. Though it usually gives you this, this recent thing going on here, which maybe it'll do in a second. There we have. It's not going to tell you anything about your recent stuff. No, that would be nice. That would mean you would. Okay, now we have that. Let's open that sucker up. Okay, so let's open up my nice little successful page. See if I can resume my progress. Huh. It's not what I wanted you to do. Okay. Still have a decent amount of space on this scratch disk, so shouldn't be any problems. This will be opening up in just a second. These days, when it gives me the beach ball, it's not as horrible as it usually is. Usually means I'm just getting ready to have some fun. That's why it's a beach ball. Okay, now we're getting the rotary phone, which means this is progressing towards. Okay, so you decided to read the JPEG format. I hope this is the correct one. It should be. Okay, you read it. You read it. Okay. Thank you. Okay, let's go up here and see whether or not it's possible to progress slightly. See if my hand tool's working, which would tell me that maybe, the hand tool works. Maybe the rest will work. Let's see if we can get some color on Joby's face. Okay, it's starting to sort of work. I tell you, that new iMac is looking better all the time. I'm going to get an absolutely new iMac. It'll be new to me. Maybe a 2015 to 2017 used iMac. It's been refurbished by somebody who actually knows what they're doing. Okay, let's see if we can keep going until we get finished. It's depressing. I'd like to go on to page 67 tomorrow, which is kind of a cool page. It's a nice page. I like it. Didn't have to do anything major to it. Not a whole lot of redrawing or anything like that. I go through a string of pages now that I'm not going to have to do any major modifications on because I was cooking with gas when I was doing those. So occasionally I do cook with gas. Things work. Haha. Okay, there you go. There's poor old Clifford saying, that hurts. Like, I mean it, that really hurts. Okay. Now we give got all the okay. Now we go over here and get some color on these guys' faces, so they don't look like the coloring in that Parker novel. Those Parker graphic novels, which are really nice. You can see how they did the coloring. It's a really good coloring scheme they used on those Darwin Cook Parker graphic novels. They basically just put in a tone layer and a couple of colors, and that was it. And then used the white layer to get you hit their lightest values. And you got a consistent color scheme throughout the book. Didn't have to worry too much at all. I thought about that, but I like giving myself more gray hair than I had, hoping eventually to get to completely white hair so I can really take my place in the world. People say he looks like a leader. Look at all that white hair. Okay, gotta give this guy some skin color. Okay, play attention to old Blue Boy's arms. I'm not interested in beach balls. Look at you. Well, maybe I was mistaken in not rebooting the computer right before the stream. You usually reboot the computer completely and also reboot my router so that things come across a little more smoothly. I didn't do that today. Oh well. Hootie. I'll get this done eventually, and it will all be worth it. Okay, a little bit there, a little bit there, there. I can leave it a little bit broken because that's what watercolor does. In its best days, watercolor is like a little broken thing. Okay, and this, I have to draw in that guy's fingernails unless he's wearing gloves. Maybe he's wearing gloves. Okay. Okay, do I have any more? Well, I got a little bit there. I think that's the end of his arms coming over like that. Yeah. Hold on. I'm going to color this right here. Okay. There we go. Down this next panel and do the same thing. Maybe I actually can finish this today. It's only 11 o'clock. I got 2 hours. I wanted to go to 1. Yeah, I guess these guys just not wearing gloves because I am coloring his hands that fleshy color, so it has to be that he's not wearing gloves. Not right now. Roll Clifford. Yeah, at a certain point, I gotta. That's the last thing I do. The last thing I do is I determine where all the blood stains go. This is a murder scene. There is no such thing as a murder scene without blood. That's only in the movies and things like that. And a true murder scene, there's blood everywhere. It's horrible. Splatters all over the daggum walls and everything. That's because his heart keeps on beating, even when all the blood is escaping from their body. Their heart is still beating and it's splattering blood everywhere. All the more reason to be a non-violent person and never even think about hurting another human being. Because it's just disgusting. Why would anybody want to live like that? I guess people lose their minds. Unless you're a hired murderer like Al Capone. That's how he started out, as a hitman. Ugh. Good thing to read about. I wouldn't ever want to know a hitman. I don't think anybody I know would want to know a hitman. Ugh. That's such a thing. I guess there are certain things like that in the world, but I would rather not associate with them. Now, if they want to associate with an old fart like me, anyway, that wasn't right. Yep. Okay. Gonna have to be some cool colors in here to interact with all this warmth. Think I can do it? These guys go to town on this boy. Okay, a little bit of that there. Okay. Sure, this place is where I'm going to have to fill in things. Oh, this is interesting. I had down here erased this part. Well, when I get finished with coloring everything, this line seems to have lost its weight. I have to figure out how to fix that one. Shouldn't be too hard. Okay. Okay, that's and this hand is holding him down so that this other guy can beat the daylights out of him. Okay. Didn't want that right there. Get rid of that. Get rid of that there. That there. Didn't want that at all. Oh well, I'll fix it later. And this here. Do. And the good old Leroy's face. Looks like hamburger. There's going to be some pink and blue all over that face. Who's the... hold on, it's my wife, I'm sure. Thank you. That is my wife. My neighbor across the street put some bag of mangoes on my door. There's mangoes blooming. I guess there's mangoes going on, I think. It's usually mangoes. He's got a mango tree in his backyard. And we trade little things like this all year long. Let me see. Oh, yeah, I got to finish up Leroy's face, which is taking a mangling. He's not going to be left with much in the way of teeth. Okay, and they're ripping his clothes off of him and tearing him up. Well, you stick a pike pole in somebody's backside, that'll happen to you. Hooty hoot. Okay, looks like I got that. Then over here, these guys are still laying into him. Hard to feel sorry for him, but they're saying right here, hold him for the sheriff. Hold him for the sheriff. Don't kill him. Hold him for the sheriff. Yeah, there he is. And there's another. This guy's got da. Hold him down, see if we can break his neck. Fortunately, he's young. He's got a real strong neck. And la-di-da for good old Leroy, who has that same old problem of anybody who kills somebody right there in public in front of everybody is not much place to run. Okay. Right there. Down to that. Okay. And this guy's hand. The voice of reason puts up his hand, says, "Ooh, Nelly." Certain things you're not supposed to do, and that's kill people without a trial. A little bit of, okay, now we're getting to the point where we want to put in some, maybe ground color, yeah. Probably should just put that color in there, up there. Let's not mess around too much with a whole lot of variation in that. Just let that be. I can make some modifications if I want to in a little while. Okay, so need to go back to that skin color, and this is Blue Boy's arm. Let's just that's Blue Boy's arm. And we probably should use that color for this right here. Okay. Now, over here, Blue Boys. Come on. Photoshop, you've been having for a while, so why don't you continue that streak of goodness? Oh, goody. Okay. So we're going to take that color and we're going to color Blue Boy's pants that color. Okay, fill this in here. Okay, let me see. And we do the same thing over here. These goodies. That there, let me see. And I don't want to bring this over too far because that's the old man's arm. And okay. That color tells you what's going on with their bodies right down there. And this also tells me that I made a boo-boo over here. And I need to fix it. This whole area, I forgot to fill in. I don't know why, but probably because I was pooped. That happens. Oh, I got all this. All this is that color. And I'll fix that later. Make it a little more two-toned. Do the same thing down here. Okay. So, back to Blue Boys. Pants color. Right down here. I should probably make that leg a little bit bigger. It looks like it's not big enough for the body of a man mountain. I'll make a note of myself about that. Okay. Okay, just a little bit of that here. Hoo, 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 hoo. Hoo, 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 hoo. No, do we have any more of? Nope, no Blue Boy Brown pants anymore. Okay. Now, what kind of color was Joby wearing? Well, Joby, we had Joby not wearing much in the way. Yeah, he didn't have him a whole lot of color there. So maybe we should leave that way. Well, he was wearing something of a grayish hat, so I'm going to try to make myself a gray here with the 25, 25, 25, and then 0. So that we have myself a gray. That's how you make gray. So this is what his hat's going to look like. That is a chromatic neutral. Has all three primary colors in it. It doesn't add black, and so you can create a really nice gray that is not just a matter of mixing black and white, which in our color scheme only really works when you're looking at trees and sharecropper shacks, because when you look at a sharecropper shack, their color of their clapboards gets all bleached out by the sun and the rain, and then you just have absolutely no color. It just becomes a gray, which I noticed when I was a kid. When we knew sharecroppers. Not an easy way to live, be a sharecropper, I think. I knew somebody who actually was a landowner in Iowa. That's not what I wanted. Ooh, what was that? Oh, I wanted that. The landowner in Iowa, and her family would rent out farmland, but didn't think she rented out farmland to sharecroppers. Think she rented out farmland to like corporations, which I think is really what happens most of the time these days. Corporate farming. I guess everybody moving to the city kind of messed up the family farm, and these corporations come in and buy up the farm, and you got all the problems you have now with. Anyway, okay, now I'm going to use a real gray over here for the trees. The trees are real gray. Look at that there. And then up here we had a tree. Not well drawn. I'm going to redraw that sucker. But right now I'm going to color it. I just have to redraw that thing. That thing's really badly. I must have drawn that when I was completely half asleep. I'll fix that later. Yep, sometimes you draw while you're sleepwalking. This doesn't turn out too well. Unfortunately, this is all. I think I did this on a digital layer. If I didn't, I think I did. So I don't think I have to worry too much about it. I'll fix it in a little while. Okay, Blue Boy has boots on. What's the color of his boots? It's that color. Slightly different than the pants. So I got to get Blue Boy's boots colored. There we go. Okay. And everybody's wearing boots, and Joby's going to be wearing the same color boots because they're brothers. And there's his boots over there. Okay, where else we got boots? There's more boots. Same thing with boots over here. And let's slightly change the character, the color of those boots for these guys over here. Have slightly different colored boots. Okay, he's wearing boots too. Everybody wear boots. Let's see. Let's see. Bootish behavior over there. Boots. Boots. More boots. Okay, might as well go on to Leroy's costume coloring. Another boot. He was wearing boots too. Okay. Yeah, more boots. Got more boots. Let's see, more boots. Okay. A little bit of boot over here. Okay. And we got this something over here, which is kind of typical of me these days. So bring it over here. Okay. So oh, it's gonna. Oh, yeah, that's what I need to do. Need to grab a hold of his coloring there because we're gonna color him up over here. Okay. There's that. Oh, there he is. There's that guy. Okay. And down here, right up to here. Then I forgot his arm color up there, but I'll fix that in a minute. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, now it's beginning to take on some character. Just putting that cool color in there gives it really starts to make the forms a little more believable and not just abstract line drawings. And I'll have to do something with the backside of that guy over in the right panel to make him stand out without getting too goofy. Okay. He's over here also. Okay. Yeah. Mousy brown hair for this boy, which we don't have to worry about until we get down to this right here. Well, we've only been doing this an hour and 30 minutes. Hard to believe. Okay, mousy brown hair. So, still kind of mousy here. Okay. And over here. And because I have used green as my color that opposes all of the warmth everywhere, so it stands out somewhat. Let's take a look at that and see how that works out. So he starts to stand out, though he had on those khaki pants, didn't he? Got to get those khaki pants colored. There's the khaki pants. So let's color his khaki pants. And I could make him all covered with blood. That's not what I want. He's just covered with bruises. We'll only have Clifford covered with blood. Okay. Now I made a boo-boo here. Yep. Okay. Not too difficult to fix. Okay. Down here in the line art. Come back up here. He's got, well, probably just better to use the eraser tool. Yep. Because he was no, he had long sleeves on. Okay. Yeah, he had long sleeves on, so I was right the first time. Well, maybe what I'll do is, no, that's not what. Well, yeah, we'll do it like that. Okay, and then I'll bring this down like this. Okay, then color layer. Same thing here. To make some variations on these colors, because otherwise just come straight out of the same old cookie color for skin. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, up here, do the same thing. I think it's going to have a good effect on making you understand where his arms are. Okay. And then we have down here, boy, I just keep on multiplying my defects. Okay. Yeah, maybe it would help if I brought this over here. Okay, now. Okay. Now I'm going to, well, it's, okay, I'm going to do it at 6. bring. Okay, then I have to erase this up here. Okay, and I'm going to draw this in a little bit better. And then give me back my green color. And not there, but on the color layer. Okay, that helps a little bit. Now, all these guys have to be wearing chromatic neutrals. Okay. And that's, yeah, I'll still be doing it in the color layer. And then I'll bring this down here and I'll just start doing a collection of chromatic neutrals. Which I'll play around with over here. This guy, I missed his boots. So I'll use those colors so not with mess up the family's colors. Okay. Now, I'm going to create some chromatic neutrals. Okay, this is going to be 0. 0. Up here is going to be 56. 56. 50. That's a little too dark. Okay, make them 43. 43. This 44. Okay. We got this guy. Who's going to be wearing that color? Oh, stop that. Don't do that to me. We're wearing that color. And probably have to pump up that green that Leroy's wearing. So I make it dominate that canvas a tiny bit. I see Tom Hooper's watching. So you're not lifting weights today. You're doing comics. That's better that way. Okay. Now we'll just change that slightly to a 48. No, 40. Can I see it? 48. Bring it up here. No admixture of okay. All this is still flat color. Once I start modulating this color and adding shadows, it's going to completely change the way it operates. Okay. Now we'll make this 25. Another 25. And then another, let's just be thrifty and make it another 25. This guy's wearing that color. Pardon me. Okay. Just that dinky little part there. Now just go down here, all the way down here. But get rid of the, stop it, get rid of that. Okay. And I'm going to put that right up here. If the beach ball will stop there. That'll help me isolate that arm a little bit. Just the tiniest bit, okay? And then bring it over a little bit over here. But get rid of the, yep, get rid of that. And that'll be the color of this guy's hat. Okay. And then bring this up a tiny bit. Get rid of that black. That'll be the color of this guy's hat. I keep getting this beach ball. I'm getting close to the point where I'm going to start adding in shadows. And I forgot. This guy's got an arm up here. That thing right there. Okay. Okay. And what's do? Okay, beach ball. Oh. yeah. Bring this over here. Get rid of that. Let's just try and color in these other guys just one color so we don't get too persnickety with color and everything. And if I don't like it, I can always change it. Okay, I probably will change that, but I also forgot about his color, which I'm going to bring it down here. Bring it up a little more like this. Try to get rid of some of that. Yeah. I'm gonna just play around with that green so that he becomes more of a focal area. Yeah. I'll use that too. I don't really mess around with this guy's stuff. And where else? Anything else? Okay. Maybe I'll do the same. Do I have any? Oh, I have to mess with what do it up here too. I'm gonna vary that yellow so it's not just the same old yellow everywhere. Yeah. I mean, the same old green. So it's sort of a yellow green. But I want to vary it a bit so that it enables that area to stand out a little bit more and to make him an area you focus on. Okay, the same thing over here. Okay. Didn't do a very good job there. Fix that. Okay. Okay. Now, that's starting to look like. Still needs some. Oh, get this guy's khaki pants down here. So. Deadbird trackpad. So let's just give it to him here. Okay. color his belly because he's having trouble keeping his clothes on. Let me see. Okay, that whole idea of just making that one. Let's bring it over here. Okay, 10, 10, and 20. What happens then if I give some of those guys a little more variation in their coloring? It's a little better. Okay. And might as well do the same thing. This whole fart's pants. Make look a little different than just the tone area. And we got the same thing going on here. Don't use the trackpad, David. Oh, we use this. Okay. Down here. Let's play around with neutral colors again. How about 67? 67. 56. Okay. I'm going to just try this. Since everything else is a lighter value, give this guy some contrast with the rest of them, but it's still a chromatic neutral. Let's see if that works. It's chromatic neutral that's a little bit on the violet side. Violet always looks good with green. Okay, let's see what that looks like. That actually may work. Gonna have to smooth through over some of those overlapping brush strokes, but wasn't too bad an idea. Okay, let's Smooth some of that up. Are we going to get a rotary phone here? Yep. That looks a little better. And then bring that down a little bit so it doesn't look too localized. Okay. And is that? No, it's not. Don't have to worry about that. And then give some orange, since we don't know who this guy is. We're going to bring him down over into the orangish area. And we're going to bring it all the way up here. Get rid of that black because we don't like black that much. We like chromatic neutrals, and we'll give him some pants that they fit his role as a peacemaker. He's not. Okay. Okay, a little more here. A little more there. And up here, I'm going to get rid of just that little smidgen. That was bothering me. And this bothered me right there. I can see it. There it is. Okay. So this guy's got to be wearing well, what kind of hat's he wearing? Okay, let's about 90, 85, and 75. What do we get out of there? Oh, that's a weird color. No, we need more. We need 90 also. So we probably got a little bit too wild there. We can bring it up to that. I'm just playing here. I'm going to see whether or not I can give this guy a dark hat. Oh, I'm still playing around with the dodge tool. Oh, what? How I got to that? Okay. That's probably not going to work. Oh, well. It's fully colored in before I make any snap judgments. Nah, can't do it. Okay. Then what we do is we bring him up here, make him a variation on that, but we bring it up here, bring it over here a little bit. I don't want to get it too ringy dingy. Maybe like that. Okay, well, let's just try it. What the heck? Huh. Well, what if I did this? What if I dodged it? Like that, and then blended all that together. I'd have to push this down. And then bring this up a little bit. Then over here in the tone area, get rid of a bunch of this. Well, I don't know if that actually works. Still, I think I still have to get out of the purple range. That purple range is not good. Okay, where am I? No, it's in the tone area. Let's go back to color. I can just put several colors in there. And then that wouldn't be such a bad idea. Okay, I'm going to go with that for at least a few minutes. Because once I lay in the shadows, that may all become understandable. Yep. Okay. So now we have to play around with these guys, what they're wearing, because they are wearing chromatic neutrals. Okay. Let's go up to 48. Be nice to me. 48. And then 48. Okay. So let's put this guy's arm. We're in that color. That guy wearing that color. Okay, well, here you are. Still wearing the same coat. He may be wearing a color too close to the guy in the foregrounds. It's a little too, well, maybe. I can always change that a tiny bit. Yeah, it's not exactly the same. So if I went up here, I played around with the tone of that. Might help with that. Well, why didn't you cooperate with me there? Okay. Okay. So now we're going to get into some darker versions of that. Don't want cave be involved at all. Okay, we're going to go to, okay, 65, 65, 65, tab, 65, tab, 65. Okay, now let's go down to the color because we don't be messing with that. And we're going to have this guy wearing this dark color, which helps with that fist above him and the face below him. And maybe we'll have that go all the way down here. What's this? I don't remember what this is. What was I thinking when I did that? Huh. Slice idea what that is. Oh, I can do some redrawing here. Probably should. Otherwise, it's going to look pretty foolish. Let's get rid of some of this. Okay. Get rid of all this confusion. Figure out what I'm doing here. That didn't work. Okay, now give me some black and a small enough brush so that I'm not doing something look stupid. Okay. So I'll just bring, that was too heavy. What was that? Yeah, that was what I wanted to do. Okay. Bring it down to about a 4. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Now that becomes more understandable as a part of this guy's outfit. Okay. Maybe. Okay. And I could maybe make that line a little more emphatic. Okay. So now we get back to that color. Yeah, eyedropper tool. What do you think? No, eyedropper tool. And that should be the same color I had before. 66, 60, no, 65, 65, 65. And no. Okay. And now, don't do it on line art. Do it in color. Better. Now fix some of these little problems like these colors being a little too close to each other. Want to get into the shadows. I'll separate them. Um, hmm. What was that? Maybe I should get it up so I can see a little bit easier. Okay, now I'm saying to myself, I do not like that being so dadgum. Okay, so let's make it 75. And make it okay, 75. What does it look like there? Huh. Huh. Yeah, maybe I should do it that more neutral color. Maybe make this instead of 49, make it 42. Nope, I don't want it in the green range. I want it to be down here. Just don't want it to get purpley on me. Okay. Let's do it that way. There, that separates a little bit more from that arm there. So it's not so blended. So I'm still thinking that he needs some adjustments there. Let's play around with him when we get to the shadows section. I'm spending too much time with that jerk. Okay. Now, 35. Tab. 35. Tab. 35. Yeah. Let's go after. Let's just go after this guy here. Hey, bring it back up here a little bit. Just going to slide this around. Give this guy still in neutral color for his outfit, because none of these guys are the stars of the show. They just need to fill their role. Everything just a little purplish, because purple and green go together real well. And when you got a little bit of an orangish thing, anything that even smacks of orange, you got a split complementary going on there, and that works real nice. Because they're not real complementaries, they're just closing in. Okay. And where am I? There I am. Okay, then bring that down here. Get rid of that. And we have this Joker's pants colors. Bedo, bado, 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 deep, 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 doop. Okay. Now, just come up here. Well, I got to give this guy a shirt color, and I'm going to make it darker. Bring it up over here. Yeah, now it's going to go. See what happens if I do that. Okay. There's notes and nosy notes. What's wrong with you guys? There. Okay. That's what I had. That's probably a little too close to that. I'll fix that later. I don't want to spend forever doing this. So let's bring this over here. And give these guys some color. Try to get out of this maelstrom. Okay. 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 I'll give him some. He's not just a white beard old geezer. Got a little bit of color in his beard, and this guy's got to have a little color in his beard too. Okay, and this color should be that right there. And we'll do the same thing over here. And I don't want this guy's color be that different. And let's see if we can put that in there. Oh, that was definitely needs some adjustments. Yeah, definitely needs some adjustments. Oh well. Look at the whole thing. Yeah, I'm gonna take a little break just for a second. The young man. Yeah, he needs what? I'll be back just a second. Okay. This thing has all types of little problems that you don't notice until you get up here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little experiment. Go down to adjustments, hue, saturation. We'll pump up the saturation of this and see what that does to it. That helps a lot. Not that. This. Don't want to go crazy on it. But pumping up the saturation does help a lot. I think it does. Okay. But this guy's hat stinks. I think I'm going to make it a white hat. I think you just have to make it a white hat. But I'll do that by just dodging his hat. Not trying to recolor it or anything. Just turn it into a white hat. That's a little bit better. Okay, and when I do this guy, maybe I mess around with some of that. It'll be a little bit there. When I put in shadows, it's gonna make a huge difference. I need to gray up that tree. That tree is gray, a real gray. Oh, that's the tone area. Don't do that, Dodo. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me see. Got to give his suspenders the treatment. Okay. There's his suspenders up there again. Okay, do I have suspenders down here? Maybe a little bit. And these guys, I need to find some way of knocking these guys into the background. See if I can do that in the color area. And just, you guys are okay, and now something I should have done a long time ago. This has to be right. Can't be subdued at all. Yep. What color was Joby wearing earlier? I don't know. Sheesh. I'll figure it out someday. Now, start laying in colors. I mean, shadows. I'm tired of this. So let's look at a sort of a 42, 42, 40. It's up in the shadow area, which is a completely different layer. And let's start playing around with shadows. Okay. Of course, I'm going to have to play around with that a bit. Well, okay. This all has to be in shadow. Okay, this has to be in shadow. Shadows can be very much almost like a little ink wash. Don't want to get too crazy here, but well, where's my cursor? Don't do that to me. Where are you? There you are. Okay, sheesh. Lost my cursor for a second there. Didn't know where my brush was. Okay, we have to have Jovi's leg has to be in shadow. So does Benny. Blue Boys. Okay. And so we'll do the same thing over here. Okay. Okay. This is going to be one of those pages that is just like sort of like this is a bridge to the rest of the story. I can't get too all upset about it. Okay. I guess for this page, I found my shadow color. Ooh-doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay. Okay. Let's save this thing right now. I'm not leaving it, but I'm going to save it so that I don't regret it later on. Sooner or later, I got to let this page go. Laura, you're saying good night. Where are you? Dadgum. Good night. It's noon here in the United States. Even in Spain, it's only 6 o'clock. Okay, it's starting to work the way that I want it to. Kind of washy ink brush kind of thing going on here. Yeah. Occasionally. One little effect saves your hide. You've been like, okay, you're not cooking on all 8 you're not firing at all 8 cylinders today. Takes me several days to get over losing sleep at my age. But I'm going to plug away on this because this is I believe in this story that I'm telling. It's a cool story. Nothing more important than family. The love between brothers and sisters. The love of moms and dads. It's what makes the world go around. Nothing else does. Without that, all the other stuff is kind of silly. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to leave this guy right here till later. I have a reason for doing that. I'm going to go over here, land this shadow that I had planned from before. Yep. Yes, baby. I tell you, shadows make a whole lot of difference. Really give it some oomph. Start to get a greater range of value. And a full range of value makes all the difference. We're going to put O. Clifford's face is just going to be in shadow. Well, at least I'm getting decent response right now from the old Photoshop app. I'm not getting too much rotary phones and beach balls. Probably will in just the second I talk about it. I will. Yeah, there you go. The second I talk about it, there it is. Nope. I was messing with the trackpad. Shouldn't do that. It's like announcers cursing in baseball and especially in golf. I mean, you say something good about a golfer, he shanks it, and it's all way over in the trees and bogeys everything next 3-4 holes. See what happens there. Okay. Cover that up there. Yep. A little bit over here too. And then down here. Okie doke. Yeah. Yeah. Over here. I may just make all of the shadows up over here, just in Blue Boy, and that'll knock that group back real easily. It'll just be real easy to keep them in the background. See how that works out. That's probably the best way to handle that. Then I could just do some dodging of some areas just to lighten them up so that it looks like there's some ambient light going on here and highlights and stuff like that. Okay. And let me see down here, maybe. We have a few slight shadows here and there. Okay. Okay, now let's go up here. Might be able to finish her up in a few minutes. Okay, let's lay this shadow in heavily on this guy so that Leroy's hands have a place to play in that plane. Okay. And so this guy's he has to go back a little bit. And we'll have let's see if this guy's hand can be in shadow a little bit. Well, didn't want that. Okay. Okay, let me see. Probably should get rid of the shadow on that hand. The hand sort of needs to have most of it be like that. Maybe bring it out like that. Okay. And then some of this in shadow, some of that. Okay. Let's do. Okay, I'm gonna play around with the shadows in this group, and then I'll play around with other shadows. Okay. This guy needs to have shadows come in like this. And if there's shadows in the background, that's gonna hopefully give him some weight he didn't have. Let's see. Probably need those shadows to be a little darker, but I can play around with that. So that looks like, make it look just like it was just slapped on. Okay, bring this shadow. It's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted, bud. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Got a little bit of visual noise over in that left panel I'm going to have to play with. That's easily fixed. Okay. We'll move this over here. That over him. Over him. Or some of this tree. Moving into that. I don't like that over there. I don't like that being very contrasty. I didn't like it all. So let's take a little trick here and play around with the adjustments, hue, saturation, and darken that a bit. It's a little too much. In fact, the whole dang thing's a bad idea. Huh. It's colorized. No, that's not good. I kind of like colorizing that. 1425. Okay, let's do that. Well, he did the same thing over here. Okay. All right, it's 1525. What's it look like? Just warms up all that. And then maybe I could make it a little darker. It's not a bad idea. 1525 minus 4. And if I did minus 4 over here also. Okay, minus 4. Not a bad idea. Preview it. That's not too bad. Now over here, I have to get rid of some of that visual noise that is bothering me. Even in his hair, that's visual noise. What's going on with you, boy? I didn't like that. Now, let's do this. This is a simple thing to do to create a little area of visual interest by simply doing that. Just doing that. Now, this is one of those times where, those rare times where I'm going to, well, I'm going to use the burn tool. Just to accentuate, bring his bottom of his chin out. And where his hair is, his hair should also start to get rid of that flaky stuff there, because it's just visual noise. It's not causing him to hold plane. Do that there, a little bit 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 there. Okay. And okay, still going to use a little bit of just to give this guy some kind of volume that the other characters don't have. So he really stands out there. Make this, sometimes you do this and you get a deeper burnt sienna out of this that actually works, because I don't want to show this guy all bloody, because I'm going to do that in a second with Clifford, and I want him to be the only bloody character, but that'll okay. And I still need to reduce that visual noise up there. I have to do it in the shadows, I think. Or do it like that. Can I do it like that? Looks like it's down in the color area. Yeah. Reduce that visual noise. That's distracting. It's one of the nicest things that came out of my many years as a printmaker is that I was doing I was pretty young, doing at the time, best dang thing I ever did in printmaking. A professor from another department. Professors usually don't comment, at least in my old school, did not comment on the work of anybody who's working with another professor. It's protocol. Just not professional. This guy helped me out a great deal by saying there's a lot of visual noise there. Quiet that area down. Quiet this, that, and it really helped me a great deal. And that young age, I discovered that you got to create clarity wherever you're working. Wherever you're working, something's too busy, it will bring attention to itself, and you've lost your focal area. So now that is working, and when the Irish say, for a good reason, when something's working, don't fix it. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing over here, just the tiniest bit to make this guy come forward. And of course, I'm going to smudge this a tiny bit because I don't want it to look as if it was burned. And then I'm going to dodge in the color area. I'm going to dodge this just the tiniest bit. And then play around with that to create a little, give him a little help in getting some attention. And it's going to take a few seconds to get this to work. Don't want it to be too accentuated. Just wanted to give it a slight bump, which means you got to play around with it a lot. Bring this up a little bit. Bring this up a little bit. Bring this over a little bit. Bring this up a little bit. A little bit. Bring this just around here. And maybe bring this over a tiny bit. I think that's all I'll do there. And I probably need to soften that up a tiny bit. I'm going to go up in the shadows to do that. Source and destination document saying, what are you talking about? I didn't do anything. I'm just trying to smudge this. Bring this over a little bit. And maybe I should. That kind of works a little bit better than I may have to do that there. And that might bring this a little bit over like that and turn this okay. That didn't work. No, I want it to be a real gray, but yeah, it's just a real gray. And to be in the color area. Color layer, get in there. That way it's not there. Quiet that down a bit. Okay, now, well, all I wanted to do was to bring it down. And over here in the shadows, I'm gonna use the judicious amount of burn. And then a little bit of dodge in the color area. Okay. And this here, I'll create maybe a second shadows layer. You want to do that for me? Okay. That's not what I want you to do. There. You want to tell me that? Okay. Now, try laying. That's not what. Yeah, I got to make it a multiply. There. Just smatterings of that. Not much. Let's not try to get too fancy over here. This is where you want to do that. And then you bring it down here. A little bit of dodging right there. And then smudging. Do the same thing. Oh, Blue Boy's nose. Maybe I can smudge that shadow there. Just the tiniest bit. It doesn't harm it. Maybe do the same thing over here. And let's see what this looks like. Can I put view fit on screen? Well, this is one of those pages where if you play around with it forever, all you got to do is create more problems, more problems, more problems. So I'm going to say fini. Yep. I'm just going to say this is it. Okay. Oh, I need to put in blood. Okay. It's up here and it's in the around that range that I wanted.
I thought you said you would cut on the black dude.
What is Okay, get the blood in there. Then I'm finished. Of course, it helps if you do the right screen. Okay. And don't want it to be too big a brush, but it has to be a multiply layer. So you got this, you got this. Well, where do you have it? There, now thank you for cooperating with me just the tiniest bit. Okay. Okay, now we obviously see where Blue Boy gets the stain. He gets the stain right here. And I'm going to use that later. Okay. Now let's look. Okay. Doesn't get gory. Tells you what you need to know. Okay. Just the. Okay, just the tiniest bit there. Save that sucker. Okay. That is done. So, hey, I didn't fall asleep in the middle of this. I'm real proud of that. And we have advanced the story. It's not much fun doing this because I began it on a day when I was completely wiped out, but hey, it's life. So, now let's, let's bring in my, where are you, boy? Come on. There you are. Come on. Be nice. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. And I'm maintaining my adamant about chromatic neutrals, keeping things open so they don't close up and become muddy and don't operate as color that creates space. That's the whole deal. So this is Blue Boy Brown. Adventures of a Family. I'll be back tomorrow at 10. It's going to be a shorter deal because I've got errands to run. But and then I'm going to work on page 67 and work on that. And then it'll probably it'll probably take Friday and Saturday to get 67 done. And so then I'm cool. So that'll be what? Coming up on the last of May. Woo! So it's long broadcast today, but hey, that happens once in a while. So I will see you tomorrow, and you all have a good Friday. Remember, there's pizza on weekends. That's it's all about pizza. Okay, got it.